Our common task in the industry is to increase production in the manufacturing industry by at least 1.5 times in 5 years. Kassym-Jomart Tokayev, President of Kazakhstan. Message to the people of Kazakhstan, September 1, 2020. In 2020, the volume of industrial production of Akmola region increased by 230 billion tenge compared to the previous year and for the first time exceeded 1 trillion tenge. This result brought the region to the second place in the country in terms of industrial development rates. Today, we can safely say that the region is gradually moving from the traditionally agricultural direction to agro-industrial. At the same time, the share of the manufacturing industry has already reached 82%. Investments in the manufacturing industry are also growing. Over 5 months of this year, more than 17 billion tenge was invested, 1.5 times more than in the same period in 2020. By the end of the year, it is planned to launch 23 more projects with an investment amount of more than 150 billion tenge.
Промышленный сектор на сегодняшний день активно развивается в Акмолинской области. На сегодняшний день его вклад в валовый региональный продукт достиг.
Today, the industrial sector is actively developing in the Akmola region. Its contribution to the gross regional product has reached 30% for today. This is an absolute growth in our country over the years of independence. In the industrial sector, we have more than 1,200 manufacturing enterprises. If we take the production of commercial products, over the past 10 years, it has already increased for more than 5 times. For today, in 2020, the region has reached such a peak that is a colossal growth. Products were produced for more than 1 trillion tenge. We had such a powerful breakthrough. At the end of the year, as of today, for the current period of 4 months, we have produced products for 232 billion tenge. And in the manufacturing industry, we also rank second in the Republic. The share of the region is one of the highest in the country and exceeds the average Republican level. In general, 35 large and medium-sized industrial facilities have been created in the industrial sector of the Akmola region for 30 years of independence.
В индустриальном секторе Акмолинской области у нас создано 35 крупных и средних промышленных объектов.
State support plays an important role in the development of industrial production. In the region, the programs Business Roadmap 2025 and MBEC are in demand. 8.5 billion tenge has been allocated for them in 2020, a third more than the previous year. Entrepreneurs of the region actively participate in the program Economy of Simple Things. In addition, domestic producers can count on significant tax breaks. Akmola region is also the gold reserves of our country. The region contains 28% of the explored gold reserves in Kazakhstan, and 17 kilometers from Kokshetau is the largest in the Republic and one of the world's largest gold deposits, Vasilkov Quarry. In the 60s of the 20th century, geologists accidentally discovered precious ore in the territory of a stone quarry. For a long time, gold mining at this unique deposit was considered unprofitable.
Открытие золотоизвлекательной фабрики Алтын-Тау Кокшетау дал Елбасы, который состоял...
Opening of Алтын-Тау Kokshetau gold recovery factory was held by Elbase, which took place on May 28, 2010. Today, Алтын-Тау Kokshetau is a modern enterprise with advanced equipment that meets all the requirements of advanced production. The main redistributions of Алтын-Тау Kokshetau consist of an open pit mine and a gold recovery plant. The design capacity of the gold recovery plant processing is 8 million tons per year of ore.
Проектная мощность переработки золотоизвлекательной фабрики составляет 8 миллионов тонн в год.
The technologies that are used today at the Алтын-Тау Kokshetau factory are unique for the gold processing industry in Kazakhstan, and some equipment like this ball mill has no analogs in the world. This approach allows up to 90% of the gold to be recovered from the incoming ore.
Уникальность технологии нашей фабрики заключается в том, что
The uniqueness of the technology of our factory lies in the fact that 90% of the total supplied material were greened to 10 microns. That is, it turns out the same as a human hair for presentation. After enrichment, For example, a flotation process, the material is further crushed in order to pass the leaching process safely. That is, it turns out that we process 7,400 microns by flotation, according to the size of the material, and after ultra-fine grinding, we get 90% grinding of up to 10,000 microns.
До 90% 0,010 микрон.
The best technologies are applied not only during the process stage, but also during the extraction process. In 2016, the content control system was updated in Altintau Kokshetau, the main task of which is to reduce the loss of precious metal during ore extraction.
Изменениями это было внедрение эксплоразведочного арсибурения.
The main changes were the introduction of exploration drilling with automatic sampling. Further, an exploration displacement control system was implemented. Also, changes in the methods of estimating reserves were introduced. Ore mining control systems were introduced. Control over the transportation of ore to the destination. Briefly, going through all the processes, the main mining process is mining planning. Operational exploration is based on the planning of the planned direction of mining operations. After estimating reserves, right in the open pit before drilling and blasting operations, a system monitoring the displacement of the blast block by means of PNT sensors is used.
Эксплуатационная разведка. После оценки запасов, уже непосредственно в карьере, перед буразрывными работами применяется система, контролирующая смещение взорванного блока после взрывных работ с помощью датчиков BMT.
Doré gold, which is obtained as a result of beneficiation, is sent to the refinery of the Ost-Kamenogorsk metallurgical complex and the Tauken Altin refinery in Nur-Sultan. After processing at the factories, refined Akmola gold with a fineness of 9,999 goes directly to the National Bank of the Republic of Kazakhstan to replenish the country's reserve. According to a forecast, the explored reserves of Altintau Kokshetau will last until 2026. In the future, relying on geologists' research, the management plans to expand the Vasilkov deposit and switch to underground mining. Mechanical engineering is one of the main industrial areas of the Akmola region. Most of the machine-building enterprises in the region have a rich history and have long established themselves on the market. One of them is the Stepnogorsk bearing plant. The enterprise was founded in 1976, but today it meets the modern requirements. The main products are radial roller bearings for railway vehicles. In Kazakhstan, this is the only production of its kind. The quality and innovativeness of the products of the Stepnogorsk plant are highly noted in the markets of the CIS and Europe. In the field of agricultural engineering, the Kazakhstan Agro Innovation Corporation is dynamically developing and expanding its assortment. The enterprise produces more than 50 items of equipment with a localization rate of 35 to 95%. As a domestic producer, the corporation enjoys tax preferences.
Открытие нашего предприятия в сентябре месяце 2016 года осуществил наш президент Nursultan Abишevich Nazarbayev.
Our company was founded in 2016. It is part of the Vairesh holding group of companies. The opening of our enterprise in September 2016 was carried out by our president Nursultan Nazarbayev. He launched our production. In 2016, we launched our production, started from scratch. The first manufactured product was the loading boom, which is aggregated on the basis of the MTZ tractor. Let's just say this is our brainchild with which we started. Over time, we looked for new suppliers. We found manufacturing plants that were ready to work with us, not by the example of, let's say, the purchase and sale of finished products, but that at our enterprise we could localize the products. That is, the products manufactured by our enterprise must have Kazakh proportion of product content.
Нашим предприятием имело в обязательном порядке казахстанскую долю содержания продукции.
The construction industry is also not lagging behind. Active housing construction in the region and the capital generated a demand for an increase in brick production. Akmola region began to produce 10 times more of it. Rising demand has spurred the large brick manufacturer Enki to build a new plant. As a result, the company plans to increase the production of bricks to 90 million pieces per year. In addition, this year in the region, it is planned to open 2 brick factories in Zerendin and Orshalin districts. One of the oldest enterprises in the Akmola region is Tenis Joint Stock Company. The oxygen breathing equipment plant was founded in 1959. The enterprise produces both medical products and devices for aviation. The plant has become one of the few not affected by the crisis of the 90s. The enterprise did not stand a single day and continued to supply products to all aircraft plants in the neighboring Russian Federation.
Пандемия, когда пошла, мы делали нашу последнюю разработку как Читав 4P.
When pandemic began, we were making our latest development, Kakshitaf 4B, for delivery to Kazakhstan, Kyrgyzstan, Tajikistan. This year, due to the difficult situation in India, we also participated in humanitarian aid. We also delivered 105 devices to India in order to help partners. Today, the staff of the plant is 733 people. These are, as a rule, already proven, hardened factory personnel. Now, about 60% of us are people under 40 years old, but all engineering personnel are mainly up to 25 to 35 years old. Young people, as I say, are creative. They want to work and give really good ideas.
Молодые, как говорится, креативные, которые хотят работать и реально работают и реально хорошие идеи делают.
In addition to medical equipment, the company produces high-tech products for aviation purposes, components and assemblies that work for the life support system of aircraft. The line of the plant also includes ammunition for law enforcement agencies, fire extinguishers, polyethylene pipes and gas valves.
В первую очередь мы сейчас хотим расширить этот.
First of all, we now want to expand the range of medical topics. Why? Because the live of last year and this year shows the relevance. For example, we are transferring our Kakshitaf P4 devices to a new element base. It will be a completely different device, which will be autonomous, nevertheless on a modern element base. In addition, we and the Indian company Zen Technologies, a military company, are working out a joint stationary ventilator. We have already given it for testing. Besides, we are working on car reservations, reservation of body armor, other higher classes, such as BR5 and higher.
Там бронирование бронежилетов, другие более высокие классы типа БР5 и выше.
Half of the investment projects of the Akmola region planned for 2021 are in the food industry. The largest one is the construction of a poultry farm in Orshalin district with a capacity of 6,000 tons of products per year. In the future, the capacity of the poultry farm is planned to be increased to 15,000 tons of finished products. The demand also spurred investment in existing production facilities.
По итогам 2020 года наша область, Акмолинская область, является лидером по привлечению инвестиций.
At the end of 2020, our region, Akmola region, is a leader in attracting investments, and I will say it's about 70. That is 79 billion tenge was invested in the region investments. And I'd like to say a few words that large investment projects were exactly in 20. This is firstly the Makinsky poultry farm, the second stage. Makinsky Poultry Factory LLP, we have introduced the second stage, which is about 15 billion tenge. The plant was launched, produces more than 56,000 tons per year.
То Макинская фабрика мы ввели вторую очередь, это около 15 миллиардов тенге. Завод запущен на сегодняшний день, производит более 56 тысяч тонн в год.
In addition, 4 large investment projects totaling 2.5 billion tenge are being completed in the region this year. The production of oat flakes in the Atbasar region, French fries in the Zerendin region, semi-finished meat products and dairy products in the Tselinograd region will soon be established. This clearly shows that investors and entrepreneurs of the region see more and more prospects in the manufacturing industry.